What is up, YouTube fam? It's your boy Jason. We hopping back in with another video. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. I'm doing great. I'm doing something a little different today. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you things I wish my dad would have taught me when I was younger, so I didn't have to figure it out when I was older. We're gonna do this in probably like several part series. I'll drop them whenever we come up with something that I think you guys should know. You guys probably already know more than I do, but for the few of you who don't, we'll show you. Step one, part one, whatever you want to call it, oil change. Super simple, but very important maintenance for any vehicle. Got to keep the oil changed, keep it fresh, keeps the motor happy, keeps it alive, keeps you from being stranded on the side of the road. So without further ado, let's hop into it. I'm gonna get the head cam set up and we're gonna do this POV style. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let me get this stuff moved out the way. Try to make it pretty simple, pretty easy for everyone. What you're gonna need depends on how you want to do it. I have this little guy I like to use. If you don't have these, I got them for, like you see, different things. These come in quite handy too, the oil filter wrenches. I also have to use those from time to time depending on what vehicle we're working on. But today, we should be able to use this. So we're gonna need that. Still building my tool collection, so I don't have a lot of wrenches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a 3/8 ratchet and a 17. That's what it should be for the drain plug on that Honda, because that's what we're changing the oil today on my wife's daily. It needs it. She drives 100 miles a day to and fro work, so this thing sees a lot of miles, and we didn't want to keep driving up the miles on the GTI, which is right there, and you may be able to see the homie's 8.6 in the background. But anyway, we're gonna get the oil change. So first thing you want to do is figure out where your hood latch is, and on this car it's right there. I've already popped it, but you just pull that little guy, it'll release your hood, and you come down here, you can feel around, you hit this little guy like so, allows you to open it up. And Honda's cool, you have this one and then you have service mode, so you can really get the hood out of the way. So here we go. It's a good old 1.8 Honda. Nothing fancy. Like I said, it's a daily. We got it for, good gas mileage and to keep miles off the GTI. Pretty clean engine bay when we bought it. I haven't really done nothing to it. Got some leads from where she sits outside, but we ain't gonna worry about that today. So what you're gonna want to do next, go ahead and pop that guy loose like so. Put it somewhere where it's not going to disappear. Okay, since we got out pretty much everything we'll need, I like to use a little extension, because if not, then that becomes a bit of a pain to use. So the next thing we're going to need to do is a jack. We'll have to get our jack out. So essentially, all you need to do an oil change is a jack, a wrench or a ratchet with the proper spec for your oil plug, a way to take the oil filter off, and some handy dandy jack stands. Because we don't have a lift around here, so we gotta do it the old school way. Jack stand for this side, jack stand for this side, and most cars will have a jack point under the front for you, so I'm gonna try to shed some light on that situation. Oh, don't mind me, glass of tea, good old sweet tea. All right, got some light so I can hopefully show you guys what I'll be talking about. We'll get down here and see if we can't find it. This right here, that'll be our jack point. So what we're gonna need to do is jack this bad boy up. Okay, now that we got the car jacked up, Our next point, our next project, see these right here? That's where you're gonna want to get it good and centered. Looks good and centered. Then we come over to this side and repeat the same step. Now, let the jack down slowly, and if you make sure it's all straight, you have better control. I always leave the jack right there, then go back and check and make sure I got it lined up properly, because, see, we're on there, nice. Then we'll check this side, nice. Okay, so we're good to let the jack the rest of the way down. Like I said, you get better control if you have it all lined up. Okay, now we got it on jack stands. Our next step will be grab our handy dandy oil pan. And if you're lucky, you don't make a mess. If you take your time, you don't make a mess. But just in case, I always like to keep my handy dandy cardboard. As you can see, I usually don't make too much of a mess. But just in case, because knowing my luck, me trying to show you this, I'll make a mess. Okay, got this, got this. You can use a creeper. I have one, but I don't plan on being on the car all that long, so shouldn't need it. Now let me get some light. Oh, bumped you guys on the head. Grab our light. Now, let me swap my gloves out. Yeah, I usually use this for like tire rotations and jacking stuff up. Got these bad boys for the actual oil change. The doctor is ready. So I'm gonna crawl down here and I'll show you what you're looking for. Okay, first thing I see, oil filter. And look, they're nice enough to let you know. There's your oil plug. See if we can. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Looks like the transmission's leaking on this thing. That's not good. Well, that will be for another video, guys. No bueno. We're going to continue what we're doing today. See if I was right with the 17. Ah, I was. Very good. Generally, you probably would rather use a wrench than a ratchet for this. But like I said, I'm still building my tool collection. So, a ratchet will have to do. Break it loose like so. And if you're quick with it, you won't make such a mess. Like so. Not too bad. Yeah, the oil is definitely hasn't been changed since we bought the car. Even though they said the oil change was just done, does not appear that it was just done. So never trust the dealership when they tell you certain things, because there was no sticker in the window and the oil looks rather old. Grab us a handy dandy shop rag, which I should have done prior to climbing under the car, but you know, would it really be a video with me if I didn't do it some kind of fooked up way? Oh, now I'm gonna hop back under here and let that bad boy drain. Sure this thing's gonna fit. Looks like it's gonna fit like a charm. Good deal. I usually wipe the drain plug off while oil's draining. Looks like everything's good. Crush washer still looks nice and usable. I use them until they start leaking. Then you replace them. Except for like on the GTI, when you buy the oil change kit from FCP Euro, it actually includes a new plug and crush washer, which is cool. And I changed them on my Subaru. You know, performance vehicles, you might want to take that extra step. This is just a daily. Hence why we're not going to address that today. Just let that bad boy drain. See if we can do some double time here. Pop off this guy. Pop on this guy. And hope whoever put this on there do it with all the strength they had. Which sometimes people like to do that. Yeah. Looks like they put it on there pretty tight. So let me grab the filter wrench. What's up, guys? It's your boy Jason, hopping in your video just to remind you, enter our giveaway. Details in the description. So far we only got 21 entries, and I got 2,000 subs. I expected more from you guys. Come on. It's free stuff, free money, free hoodies, free stickers. All you gotta do is a simple step of sending me an email, showing you're subscribed to Project Flat 4. Come on, let's make it happen. Now, back to the video. Hey, looks like the neighbor fired up the BRZ. Or the 86, I should say. It's the Toyota. Same thing. Okay, now let's get down here. Back to the land of the struggle. There we go. Guys, you don't have to make it that tight. Just get it snug and give it a quarter turn. That's all it needs. Might be able to turn it by hand now. Here we go. Yeah. Let that drain out. Ooh, genuine Honda oil filter. How fancy. Wipe this off just so it don't get everything so messy. Set it right there on the cardboard. And while this is finished draining, we'll go grab our other filter and oil. Okay, so the wife's car, her daily, requires 5W20. I always get the high mileage full synthetic, but I always get the cheapest shit for the dailies. And again, your oil filter. It's a 10,000 mile oil filter. I don't ever let them go that far. 10,000 mile oil change, don't ever let it go that far. Usually go between 5,000 and 6,000 for the dailies. 3,000 religiously for our fun cars. But that's just me. Everybody can do what they see fit for theirs. This is just, you know, like I said, basic maintenance stuff that I wish my dad would have taught me when I was younger, so I didn't have to figure it out when I was older. That thing is still just draining out, so we'll let it keep going. Go ahead and grab our other oil filter. Look how much smaller that is. Next time we might get that genuine Honda filter because it's quite a bit larger. But this one will work for now. And what you're going to want to do, dip your finger in the old oil and give it a little, oil that ring a little bit. Helps it, I was always told it helps it keep it from backing off, and it also makes it easier to take off the next time. And then you're just gonna wanna thread that bad boy on there like so, and tight, so as tight as you can get it with your hands. a little snug with that. Hands is a little greasy, so it turned a couple more times than I was comfortable letting stay. So now you wipe up your area, you clean up your work area, and looks like that's about all the oil we're gonna get out. You never get it all out, but you get out as much as you can. And once it's down to a little dribble like that, put that in there. You can look up torque specs for your oil, for your oil drain plug, but really it just needs to be tight. You don't got to wrench down to make sure it's good and snug, like so. Clean yourself up as you go. Yeah, that spot is kind of worrisome, so maybe looking at that sooner than later. So now we're done down here. Let's hop back up top. All right, see, now we're back up top, and what we're gonna need to do now is get our oil funnel. I have a few. I have to use like the big one for the van. This one I usually use on all our other cars. I want to make sure it's good and clean, which it is because I wipe it out every time. Huh, a little awkward spot, ain't it? Doesn't want to sit very well. There we go. She's in there now. Then we need to look up how much oil this bad boy is supposed to hold, because I don't know right offhand. And the van takes the whole 5 quarts. This is probably 4.5, I had to imagine. 2009 Honda Civic oil capacity. 1.8, that's us. 3.9 with filter. Okay, that's us. 520 all temps, got that. 3.9 quarts with filter, so we're gonna say 4 quarts. All right. So what we need to do now is get to pouring without making a mess. That's always the goal. So start slow. Okay guys, now that the car's ran for a few minutes, I've turned it off, and we're gonna go back and double check our oil. See it right there? Looks like it's almost in the middle. So I may put just a touch more in there. No, we're good. See it? It's right there. That's like perfect. It's right, almost right in the middle. So we are good to go. Whip everything back down, and then we begin cleaning up. So, like I said, this video is a little bit different than what I normally do, because I'm not normally do car shows and all that stuff, but it's getting to be cold. Even though like I said, we got a nice 70-degree day here in Virginia. Car shows, cars and coffee, all that starting to slow down. So figure, why not show you guys something that I wish I would have learned when I was younger. And to my older audience who already knows all this stuff, if you watched it, thank you. To all the young folks who are watching it and maybe hopefully learning a little something, hey, I'm going to teach you a lot more. I'll teach you everything I know, which isn't a lot, but I like to learn. So as I learn, I will teach you guys. And we'll go ahead and get cleaned up. Cleanup is very important. I got to go find an old jug to put this old oil in, because you got to dispose of your oil properly. Don't go pour it in the ground. Don't go pour it down a drain. Don't do none of that. Dispose of it properly. Any of your O'Reilly's, Advanced, AutoZone, any of that, they'll take your used oil for you. So just keep that in mind as you're doing your own maintenance at home. Disposal properly is important, because we got to take care of Mother Earth, because ain't nobody else going to do it for us. And I don't want to sound like one of them crazy hippie people, because I'm definitely not that. But I like the cars that go fast. I like cars that are not great for emissions and the environment as a whole. So any little thing I can do to mitigate any extra problems, I try to. So let me get this cleaned up. Okay, so I have this old liquid moly jug. It's not quite full, so we'll get that. We'll finish getting that full. I don't know how much it's gonna hold, but hopefully it'll hold some of this. I always put it over my cardboard because it's not, and that's when you'll make a mess. And that's all she's gonna hold. That's more than she'll hold. I'll have to pour some back in. But yeah, you get the idea. Clean up after yourself. Keep your work areas clean. Clean work area is a happy work area. So, let me pour a little bit of this out. There we go. See, now I'm making a mess. Try to clean up, and I make more of a mess cleaning up than I do doing the job. Ain't that some shit? But it's worth it. Do it the right way. Push it back down. Wipe it down some more. And then I'll go find another jug, and I'll just finish this up off camera, and then we'll be right back with you guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And again, until next time, peace. Oh yeah, P.S. by the way, make sure you checked out the last video about Driver Motorsports Open House. I have a lot more details about the giveaway in there. See you next time, guys.